Sometimes animals pick the wrong fight, whether they're feeling a bit too confident, totally underestimating their opponent, or just stuck in a no-win situation. Things can get pretty wild. Today, we're diving into these crazy encounters. Some animals are about to learn a lesson they won't forget, while others, well, let's just say it's not their lucky day. Number 1. Elephant's retreat. An elephant stands opposite a few buffalo, cautiously trying to approach them. The buffalo, unsure if the elephant wants to play or fight, stand tense and alert, their eyes fixed on the towering intruder. The elephant seems to be testing the waters. As it moves closer, it suddenly delivers a swift kick to one of the buffalo's heads. The buffalo, taken aback for a moment, quickly gathers itself and retaliates. It charges at the elephant, poking it with its sharp horns. The elephant, clearly realizing it has bitten off more than it can chew, trumpets loudly in distress and makes a hasty retreat. Number 2. Gorilla clash. Two gorillas in the enclosure are eyeing each other, clearly not in the mood to play nice. One of them starts to run, and this move is all it takes to provoke the other. Suddenly, they're in a full-blown gorilla brawl, much to the shock and fascination of the audience watching safely behind the protective glass. The two mighty apes exchange a few heavy punches, each one landing with a thud that can be felt through the glass. Just as quickly as it started, the scuffle seemed to lose its steam. The initial aggressor, perhaps reconsidering his choices, backs off and retreats to the other side of the enclosure. The tension eases, and the gorillas return to their separate corners. Number 3. Puma versus baby bear. A bear cub is enjoying a nice day next to an idyllic creek when a puma emerges from the forest and crosses its path. The big cat starts going after the cub, both growling at each other, the tension palpable. The cub, initially startled, gathers its composure and stands its ground, determined not to be intimidated. The puma takes a few tentative swipes, testing the cub's resolve. But the bear cub, now emboldened, retaliates fiercely, swiping back with its small yet powerful claws. Number 4. Dog gets donkey punched. This time, we can see how a seemingly innocent interaction can escalate really quickly. A dog is happily munching away at a bowl of food, not willing to share any of it with its donkey friend. The donkey tries multiple times to sneak a bite, but the dog isn't having it, barking and acting all aggressive towards its hooved buddy. Annoyed by the dog's selfish behavior, the donkey starts to get visibly frustrated. It positions itself to deliver a warning kick, missing the first time. Then, the donkey takes a second kick and strikes the dog straight on the head. The effect of the kick is immediate, as the dog runs away squealing, abandoning the food bowl entirely. Number 5. Sheep goes head-to-head with a bull. If there's one thing I know about sheep, it's that you don't want to go head-to-head with them. Unfortunately, that's a lesson this cow had to learn the hard way. As the sheep approaches, the cow suddenly decides to confront it, charging forward with its head down, a clear sign of aggression. The two animals collide head-on, and the impact leaves the cow lying on the ground, stiff as a board, not moving an inch. Number 6. Warthog saves baby from leopard. A leopard is chasing a baby warthog, and despite its best efforts, the little warthog can't outrun the swift predator. Caught in the leopard's jaws, the baby struggles, its fate seemingly sealed. But just a few moments later, the mother warthog comes to the rescue, charging at the leopard with fierce determination. The panicked cat drops the baby from its mouth, not willing to mess with an angry adult warthog. With a triumphant snort, the mother stands her ground, making it clear that her family is off-limits. Number 7. Rooster's triumph. A rooster spots a cat coming its way and immediately takes a defensive stance. The cat, eyes locked on the rooster, leaps forward, but the rooster is quick and easily denies the first attempt. But this cat is determined. Not happy with the outcome, it gears up for a second round. The rooster, still not backing down, braces itself. They go at it again, and the rooster, with perfect timing, jumps and fights the feline off with its powerful legs. Round after round, the cat lunges, and each time the rooster comes out on top, skillfully dodging and countering with swift kicks. The cat's confidence begins to waver, its movements less sure, its strikes less fierce. The cat, unwilling to admit defeat, tries once more. This time, the rooster is even more aggressive, launching itself at the cat and chasing it away. The cat retreats, tail between its legs. Number 8. Warthog, rough landing. A couple of warthogs decide it's a good idea to bother a rhino while it's munching on its food. With curiosity getting the better of them, they slowly creep up on the giant animal. One warthog gets a little too close, capturing the attention of the rhino. In an instant, the rhino reacts, using its massive horn to launch the warthog several meters into the air. The poor warthog flips and flails before crashing back to the ground with a thud. Seeing their friend's unexpected flight and rough landing, the other warthogs turn their tail and scurry away in shock. Number 9. Dog Owl's shocking discovery. A dog spots a strange fish lying on the ground and decides to investigate. It picks up the fish in its mouth. However, just a second later, the dog discovers it's not an ordinary fish. It's an electric eel. The sudden electric shock knocks the dog off its feet, sending it sprawling to the ground. Number 10. Bengal tiger displays dominance. A couple of tigers are eagerly awaiting the opening of a large gate. Suddenly, through the gate strides a massive Bengal tiger. As it approaches the other tigers, their demeanor swiftly transforms from that of aggressive predators to small, cautious creatures. The mere presence of the big tiger instills fear in their hearts, and they instinctively shrink back, wary and submissive. Number 11. Baboon rescue mission. Sometimes a pack of animals working together can overcome even the slimmest of odds. A troop of baboons is gathered near a river when suddenly they notice a lone monkey struggling to get out of the water. To their horror, a crocodile has clamped its jaws around the monkey, attempting to drag it back into the river. Immediately, the other baboons spring into action. They rush to their companion's aid, biting and hitting the crocodile with fierce determination. Despite the predator's grip, the baboon's relentless assault eventually pays off. The crocodile, unable to withstand the combined onslaught of the baboons, reluctantly releases its hold and retreats back into the water. Number 12. Cat scares a bear. A bear decides to get a little too close to a cat, catching the feline's attention. The cat, unimpressed by the bear's intrusion despite its size disadvantage, swiftly turns and swipes at the bear with a defiant growl. The bear, surprised by the cat's boldness, quickly retreats, clearly not expecting such a spirited response from the smaller animal. Number 13. Buffalo fights off the lion. A buffalo and a lion are locked in a tense standoff, observed by a group of spectators from a safe distance. The buffalo attempts to retreat several times, but each time it turns away, the lion advances closer. Finally, the buffalo decides to make a break for it, but the lion swiftly gives chase, leaping onto the buffalo's back and biting it. In response, the buffalo manages to pivot around and deliver a warning swipe with its sharp horns. The lion, caught off guard by the buffalo's defense, quickly realizes the perilous situation it's in. With a hasty retreat, the lion acknowledges the buffalo's strength and decides it's best to abandon the hunt, leaving the buffalo unharmed. Number 14. Warthog confronts the hyena stalker. A hyena is stalking a mother warthog and her babies, keeping a safe distance, but clearly intent on testing the warthog's defenses. The mother warthog, aware of the hyena's presence, repeatedly turns around to confront the predator, her movements showing both irritation and caution. Growing increasingly impatient with the hyena's persistent stalking, the warthog decides to take action. With a sudden burst of speed, she charges straight at the hyena, head lowered and tusks ready. The hyena, startled by the sudden aggression, retreats and now keeps a much safer distance. Number 15. Daring duck and the tiger pursuit. A duck is leisurely swimming in a pool of water, oblivious to the presence of several tigers prowling around its vicinity. Spotting the duck, the tigers immediately lock onto their target and start closing in. With a swift pounce, they attempt to catch the duck, but it deftly dives underwater and resurfaces a few meters away, leaving the bewildered tigers to search frantically for their elusive prey. This game of cat and mouse, or rather tiger and duck, continues as the clever duck evades the tiger's every move. More tigers join in the pursuit, increasing the challenge for the duck. However, after a prolonged chase, the duck's luck runs out. It surfaces too close to one tiger, whose lightning-fast reflexes allow it to snatch the duck in its jaws. Number 16. Feisty cat and the backyard fox. A cat casually strolls through a backyard, initially paying no mind to a fox nearby. However, as the fox edges closer, its curiosity piques the cat's annoyance. Quickly losing patience, the cat springs into action. It leaps onto the fox's head and delivers a series of swift paw swipes, catching the fox off guard. Startled by the unexpected attack, the fox hastily retreats. Number 17. Strike and retreat.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Sometimes even the fiercest of animals can find themselves backing down from a confrontation, as seen in our next video. A black mamba encounters its arch-nemesis, a mongoose. Initially, the snake tries to slither away, while the mongoose cautiously approaches, eyeing its prey. The mongoose makes a bold move and bites the snake's tail, prompting the mamba to turn around and attempt to intimidate its foe. But the mongoose remains undeterred. Sensing the potential danger, the mongoose decides the encounter isn't worth the risk and swiftly retreats, leaving the black mamba to continue on its way. Number 18. Goose scares gorilla. In a surprising display of audacity, a gorilla approaches a goose in what appears to be an animal enclosure. The goose, interpreting this as aggression, instantly reacts by flapping its wings and charging straight at the gorilla. The gorilla retreats further, deciding to avoid any further confrontation. Number 19. Kangaroo and emu standoff. Kangaroos are indeed known for their mischievous nature in the animal kingdom, often blurring the line between playfulness and potential conflict. In this scenario, a kangaroo is seen playfully interacting with a branch within the same enclosure as a group of emus. Initially indifferent to the kangaroo's antics, the emus soon becomes agitated by its energetic movements and seeming disregard for their space. As the emus approaches with clear intent to assert dominance, the kangaroo refuses to yield, holding its ground despite being outnumbered and facing much larger adversaries. The standoff evolves into a curious mix of posturing and occasional movements resembling a dance-off. The kangaroo's resilience and confident demeanor eventually earn the respect of the emus. Sensing that the kangaroo won't be easily intimidated, the emus decide to abandon their aggressive posturing and retreat. Number 20. Predator's ambush. This next encounter serves as a stark reminder of the dangers lurking around bodies of water, especially when crocodiles and alligators are present. The cheetah bends down to drink. Suddenly, with lightning speed, a crocodile lunges out of the water, jaws snapping shut around the cheetah's neck. The initial shock and ferocity of the attack caught the cheetah off guard, and despite its best efforts to resist, the powerful reptile drags the struggling feline deeper into the water. Across the lake, other cheetahs watch in disbelief, their usual agility and speed rendered useless against the ruthlessness of a predator hidden beneath the calm surface. Number 21. Giraffe-kicking predator. In a remarkable display of defense, we observe a giraffe being pursued by a pack of lions. Despite the predator's agility and coordination, the giraffe maintains distance with its long, graceful strides, using its speed to stay ahead of the hunting pack. As the chase intensifies, one lion boldly decides to confront the giraffe head-on, attempting to leap and grab its neck. However, the giraffe's quick reflexes and powerful legs prove decisive. With a swift and forceful kick, the giraffe knocks the lion off balance, sending it sprawling to the ground in a tumble, leaving it in the dust. Number 22. Donkey versus hyena. We dive right into the action with the next encounter, where a hyena and a donkey clash in a fierce confrontation. The hyena initially gains the upper hand by biting the donkey's tail, prompting the donkey to swiftly seek a way to defend itself. After a tense struggle, the donkey manages to retaliate by biting the hyena on the ear. This sudden turn shifts the momentum of the battle in favor of the donkey. Now in visible discomfort, the hyena attempts to retreat, but the determined donkey refuses to release its grip. With the hyena now on the defensive, the donkey asserts its dominance, its powerful bite keeping the hyena at bay. The hyena, desperate to escape the donkey's grasp, struggles to break free from the unexpected challenger. Number 23. Goose versus Goliath. In our next video, we find ourselves in a zoo setting where a goose perches atop a rock, minding its own business, while an elephant nearby playfully splashes water. The goose, clearly irritated by the elephant's antics, takes matters into its own wings and swoops down, biting the elephant's ear. As the goose lands back on the ground, the elephant retaliates swiftly, using its trunk and legs to swat at the persistent bird. Just when it seems tensions have subsided, the goose returns for another go, flying over to nibble on the elephant's head once more. This repeated annoyance proves too much for the elephant, which decides to make a hasty retreat, clearly wanting nothing more to do with the audacious goose. Number 24. Giraffe kicks charging rhino. This rhino was getting a bit too comfortable around the giraffe, perhaps encroaching a bit too closely for the giraffe's liking. The giraffe, feeling startled and needing to assert its space, and delivers a swift kick to the rhino's head. The impact of the kick sends a clear message, causing the rhino to retreat hastily, realizing it has crossed a boundary it shouldn't have. Number 25. Elephant-seal mating fight. In this next video, we witness a fierce mating battle between two elephant seals. They face each other with determination, their massive bodies poised for combat. With powerful bites and aggressive lunges, they leave scars on each other's thick hides. The struggle is intense, each seal vying for dominance and the right to mate with the females in the colony. Ultimately, the larger seal proves its strength and dominance. With a final display of force, it forces the smaller seal to retreat, conceding the battle and allowing the larger seal to claim victory. Number 26. Roo Rumble. In this intense altercation captured on camera, two kangaroos are locked in a heated battle, their movements causing one of the kangaroos to be forcefully pushed into a nearby fence. With a loud crack, the fence breaks under the impact and the kangaroo crashes through, disappearing from view. The victorious kangaroo remains standing. Number 27. Giraffe Duel. In this intriguing display of animal behavior, two giraffes engage in a unique form of combat using their long necks. Standing side by side, they twist their necks like winding up a spring, building momentum before swinging their heads toward each other in swift strikes. The impact of their heads colliding echoes through the air, showcasing the power and resilience of these majestic animals. Number 28. Grizzly Showdown on the Road. In the middle of a tense confrontation, two grizzly bears face off in the middle of a road, growling and swiping at each other with powerful paws. Their massive bodies collide in a fierce scramble until they finally tumble to the side of the road, locked in a battle of strength and dominance. As the struggle wears on, one of the bears starts to show signs of fatigue. Sensing this weakness, the other bear seizes the opportunity and aggressively charges, forcing the tired bear to retreat. Number 29. Monkey Business. As a mischievous monkey swings around a small garage in an Indian village, it catches the attention of several curious dogs. The monkey, playful and daring, jumps down from its perch and gets a bit too close to one of the dogs, drawing the attention of others in the vicinity. Soon, a small group of dogs gathers under the garage roof, where the monkey has found itself stuck. The dogs, wary and curious, bark and sniff around, unsure of how to react to the agile intruder above them. The monkey, meanwhile, seems unfazed by the commotion it has caused and continues to swing and maneuver within the confines of the garage, occasionally peering down at the dogs below. Number 30. Rooster Standoff. A hawk swoops down on a hen's nest, eyeing its potential prey, when suddenly a brave rooster intervenes. With a flurry of wings and sharp beaks, the rooster confronts the hawk, bravely standing between the predator and the frightened hen. Undeterred by the rooster's defense, the hawk persists in its attack, but the rooster's fearless determination proves formidable. Wisely retreats, it flies away from the hen's nest, leaving behind the rooster and the relieved hen. That's all for today's video. Let us know in the comments, what are your favorite examples of animals messing with the wrong opponents? Don't forget to hit the notification button, like the video, and subscribe for more content coming up. See you in the next one.